Hello everyone, and welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to add a background image to your program. So if we take a look and see what I have right here, you'll see that I just have some swing components like some JText fields and some JButtons. Well, let's go ahead and see what happens when I try to draw an image over this. As you can see, I have a new image here. It's a dog. So inside of here in my paint, I'm just going to do g.draw image and then dog. We'll put it at 0, 0. We'll make it the width of my app, height of my app, and this. And we'll run it. As you can see, the image kind of covers up everything until I mouse over it, which isn't really good. Also, you'll see that since I put my draw image below my drawstrings, it's covering up any of my other graphics components. So what we want to do here is we want to get rid of this. We don't want to draw the image. What we're going to want to do is we're going to want to create an image icon for this image, and then we're going to want to add it to a JLabel. So as you can see up here, I already created an image icon called icon dog and a JLabel called JLabel background image. And I've already got the code produced, so we'll paste it in. So as you can see, I like to comment each section of my init method. This is all in the init. As you can see, right underneath, I have to have it in this order too. I have to create my image here, and then I have to create my icon image, or image icon here, and then I have to create my JLabel here. If I do this in any other order, I'll get a null error. What that means, like if I go put this code above my image, then it's going to say, okay, well, you're using dog. Well, dog hasn't been created yet because it's above that line. So it's not going to know what to do, and it's going to throw an error. So make sure you have it in this order. So the image icon, as you can see, icon dog equals new image icon, and then in the parameters you just put your image name. So my image name is dog, so I'm going to add dog. Also, another quick thing, I'm using the null layout. So this .set layout null, I like it because you can choose where you want everything, just like you do with your drawstrings. You'll see how that comes into effect here. So as you can see, I now add my JLabel. So a JLabel typically is just a label that allows you to, I don't know, label something. Well, in this case, we're going to actually use it to set a JLabel, and we're going to give that JLabel an image, and then we're going to make that JLabel essentially just take up the entire space. So as you can see here, JLabel background image equals new JLabel, and then inside here I put my image icon, so icon dog. And then this line here, JLabel background image dot set bounds, that's what you have to have when you do a null layout. So the set bounds is your X position, your Y position, your width, and your height. So as you can see, if we look over here, my width is 500, my height is 300. So if I want this to be a background image, I should probably make it the same width and height of my entire applet. And then what you just have to do is you just have to add that swing component to your project. So you just do this dot add and then JLabel background image. Okay, one quick thing before I run this. If we look inside of our classes folder where I have my dog.jpg, if I right click it, go to properties and then details, scroll down a little bit, you'll see that I have to manually set this to 500 by 300 pixels if I want it to be that big. Whereas in the draw image, you can set the width and height of your actual image. But when you do it this way, you cannot. So if I had this set by 200 by 100 and I ran this, even though I have it set 500 by 300 here, it's still only going to be a 200 by 100 image. So you're going to have to manually go in and change the width and height of this inside of like a paint program or Photoshop or something like that. You can Google how to do that. It's pretty easy. So once we go ahead and run this, you'll see that the JLabels, when it comes to swing components, are always on the lowest tier. What that means is it always gets drawn first, no matter what order it comes in. Because you can see here, I initialize my button above my actual label. Well, JLabel will always go in to the furthest back layer. So as you can see here, I now have a nice little cute dog image. If I open it up, you can see that it stays that same width and height, because that's what the width and height of my image is. And you can see everything worked just correctly. So I can type in some binary here and convert it, and you'll see I get some stuff. Obviously, you're going to want to probably change some of the text color and font, make it a little bit thicker if you're using a background image. But as you can see here, everything else looks pretty darn good. That's how you would add a background image to a swing component applet. That way your buttons will show automatically and you can get a nice background image. And what's nice about this is if you were to call a repaint, typically the background image won't flicker because you're not actually painting that image. It's just set in the init method. So, alright, hope you guys found this useful.